I've read hundreds of case files. But few chill me like the moment a child turns against a parent. It's the ultimate line we believe can't be crossed, and yet, every so often, it is. In today's episode, we're looking at one such case from Ohio, a moment of violence that shattered a family and left an entire community asking why. South Euclid, Ohio. A quiet neighborhood where everyone knew each other's routines. On an April afternoon in 2024, that calm was broken by the sound of gunfire. Police arrived within minutes. What they found inside the home would change several lives forever. A 47-year-old woman was dead. Her daughter, barely out of her teens, was taken into custody. I'm not here to sensationalize it. These are the verified facts released by law enforcement and the court. But the question isn't only what happened, it's how something like this becomes possible. Detectives followed standard protocol. Securing the scene, collecting evidence, documenting social media activity, and interviewing witnesses. Within hours, they pieced together a timeline, a household argument that escalated into irreversible violence. From the outside, neighbors described the family as quiet. But investigators often find that behind closed doors, stress, misunderstanding, or mental health struggles can brew silently for years. It's easy to believe it could never happen here. Yet nearly one-third of domestic homicide cases in the U.S. begin with small, repeated conflicts that go unaddressed. After the arrest, the suspect faced a single count of aggravated murder. Court documents show she eventually entered a guilty plea. In June 2025, a judge sentenced her to life in prison, with parole eligibility after 18 years. No appeals have been reported since that sentencing. The legal process was swift but thorough. And while the courtroom delivered justice, it could not answer the deeper psychological questions that hover around such cases. What pushes a young person to that breaking point? And could it have been prevented? Let's look at what research says. Impulse control. Neurologists tell us that the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that weighs consequences, doesn't fully mature until the mid-20s. That's why teens and young adults often act before they think. Family stress. Studies from the NIJ show that homes with chronic conflict, mental health issues, or substance abuse increase the risk of intrafamily violence. Digital desensitization, exposure to violent media or social platforms where shock content goes viral can erode empathy. When reality and screen blur, extreme acts can feel detached from consequence. These factors don't excuse violence, they help us understand the terrain where it grows. If you think early education and emotional health programs could reduce crimes like this, hit subscribe right now. We explore cases every week that show how understanding psychology might save lives. In this case, investigators noted a disturbing digital footprint, posts and images circulating online before or after the incident. It reignited debate about the internet's role in modern crime. Why share something horrific? Psychologists call it performance exposure. The need to broadcast every experience for validation. For some, even tragedy becomes content. Social media can act like an amplifier, turning private breakdowns into public spectacles. When validation replaces empathy, humanity slips through the cracks. What's your take? Does social media make society more aware or more numb? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them. After the sentencing, neighbors described a heavy silence over the street. Reporters moved on, but those who lived nearby still recall the sirens that day. In many communities, tragedy sparks conversations about mental health resources, parenting support, and youth programs. Yet those talks often fade once the cameras leave. True awareness means remembering long after the headlines disappear. Each case is more than a statistic, it's a reminder that prevention begins with connection. When a crime happens inside a family, it challenges our deepest sense of safety. But it also reveals how fragile human behavior can be when pain, isolation, and impulse collide. Every act of violence has warning signs, conflict, silence, or cries for help that go unnoticed. Understanding those signs is how communities heal. If you believe in spreading awareness through knowledge, give this video a like and share it with someone who follows true crime. And remember to subscribe to Dark Case Files for more investigations that expose not just what happened, but why. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and never look away from the truth. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.